Financial crime is a global issue, meaning a global approach is needed to tackle it. But government, law enforcement industry and regulators tend to work in silos. Our reporter went to find out how Refinitiv is tackling this global phenomenon through trusted risk intelligence and their initiatives that are bringing together organisations from around the world, sharing data and working to create a unified response to this escalating problem.
Money moves around the world in the blink of an eye. While undoubtedly bringing huge opportunities for growth, there are those who see opportunities of a different kind: financial criminals. One of the great difficulties in tackling financial crime is that it's so hard to measure. Before prevention, companies need to identify what they're up against. That's why Refinitiv commissioned a global survey to reveal the true cost of financial crime. With more than 2,000 respondents across 19 countries and interviews with leading stakeholders, the report uncovered the huge cost of financial crime for businesses, individuals and societies.
We estimated that it was costing in the region of about 1.4 trillion in global turnover of companies, and they were spending over $1 trillion in trying to fight financial crime. So I don't think the scale of it is absolutely quite mind-boggling, really.
Obviously, there is a huge financial cost, but what about the human cost as well?
There are estimates that there are some 40 million people in slavery today, but also there's the impact on the vulnerable in society. And then, of course, there's the loss of the money to the exchequers, particularly of emerging economies, that could be spent on schools or health. And so I think there's a very significant human element to this as well.
The threat has never been more fast-paced or more complex. Financial criminals don't respect national boundaries and are great innovators when it comes to hiding their networks. It's said it takes a network to beat a network. That's why establishing a global AML standard built on public-private cooperation is at the heart of the global coalition to fight financial crime.
We all have our insights, we all have our best practices, and really the coalition was formed as a platform for both law enforcement, the banking community, NGOs and others, that we all have a stake in this. And so we're incredibly encouraged. So whatever difference that we can make to shift the dial and also build collaborative atmosphere and trust in this space, I think is the way of the future.
The coalition endeavours to identify weaknesses in the current system and advocates for real reforms so that there is a truly global anti-money laundering regime.
The information asymmetry which exists means that criminals benefit. So if we can create a complete picture, if banks can have a complete picture of the risks that they face, they can then determine where they need to deploy their resources, where they need to conduct investigations, and where they need to strengthen their compliance. Without that, they're trying to defend the whole waterfront, and of course that's far less effective than a precise intervention.
Crucial to that precise intervention is technology. As criminals have become ever more sophisticated, technology has become the key differentiator that sets successful compliance teams apart. At Refinitiv, the fight against financial crime rests on the key pillars of advanced technology, trusted data and human intelligence.
The analysts used to have to go through massive amount of information and data in order to pin down the right information and analyze it and process it. Whereas now with the automated tools, the analysts can actually focus on the analytical aspect of the work and improve the process, but also the quality of data they collect for the analysis.
Refinitiv's report reveals the scale and cost of financial crime. Awareness and understanding of the problem is the first step in solving it. Knowledge, as they say, is power.